Good morning, Covidius Albions. Today, day 78, I begin with this one. It's a warning to Android users, as I'm sure you've already seen. Yep, dear old track and trace. Obviously, Google think it's going to be so important, they've already loaded it up for us. So COVID-19, that track and trace app, if you happen to have an Android phone, as my dear friend warned me this morning, if you use an Android phone and you've not installed the COVID-19 app, then you may have COVID-19 exposure notification already on your phone. I do urge you to check. Yep. To check, and I'll just go through these steps. They're very simple, and I've actually taken it off my phone, okay? To check, go to Settings. Dead easy. Stroll down to Google Services and Launch. Third step. If COVID-19 exposure notifications is on the top of the list, then tap the three dots on the top right-hand corner of your screen. I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit old, but it took me a second or two to actually find where those three dots were. And I haven't been driving to Barnard Castle to check my eyesight either. Tap Usage and Diagnostics. Final step 5, turn off. Good point my friend makes though. Check regularly in case the Android system turns this on automatically. That is where we are living. Thank you, Google. I am so glad you watch everything I do. Google, I am so glad you watch everything I do. Google, I am so grateful that you were so concerned about my life that you put that app on without even telling me. Watch it, okay? The system doesn't work. It has huge security issues and holes in it, and people are probably already getting it on their phones, and they don't even know it's there. So again, if you want to pause or something, just to look at those instructions, they're on my Facebook page anyway, but if you do want to pause just to look at them, please do so now, okay? That I would ask you please to like and subscribe to my channel, but I would please ask you to circulate that widely. What else have we got going on today? The coronavirus death toll today rises by 359 to what the government are telling us is just under 40,000, 39,728. It's obviously not the correct total. Even the Office of National Statistics, as I said to you yesterday, is telling them they've got to be careful how they report figures. The actual total, I would say, is over 50,000 people dead. And as dear old Chucky Mark would always say, yeah, what do we find out? Yeah, per capita, we're top of the world population in terms of COVID deaths. We have the highest per capita total in the world. Oh, and Johnson, don't forget, is proud of his response to coronavirus. Perhaps they were telling him to say that when we found him at Prime Minister's Question Time, if you can finally get to see that. At PM's Question Time, yeah, you'll see Johnson was wearing an earpiece. What's the thought that demonic Dominic is not talking into that ear? Or perhaps he thinks he's an FBI, CIA agent or something, and he's getting instructions directly about guarding the president. Yeah. Johnson says he's, quote, indeed, there he is again, just so you can have a little look at the man. Yeah, I mean, it's always quite hard to get that to stabilise, but He's proud of our record. I like actually making him look really white, because as a white racist, that goes down even better, doesn't it? Yep. Genuine white racist of a man. Yep. And again, even dear old Piers Morgan is actually happy to report that we in Great Britain have what he would call the highest death rate in the world. There you go. Piers saying we have the highest death rate in the world. So loads of things going on at the moment. Yeah, absolutely loads of things going on. And as ever, we are being lied to by our government. Yeah, everything is now being arranged so that the whole of the economy can open. The latest bit of economic pressure from his billionaire friends, backers, the elites, the centralised fascist economic controllers of our world and our country, the central message from them is get this country back to work. Peasants, your lives are disposable, yeah, their profits are falling, yeah, they need you back to work. Second wave threatening or not, ignore the advice of science, of course, yeah, but they need you back at work, yeah. Cull, of course, herd immunity by other means, of course it's meant to be. And one thing you mustn't now forget, as we apparently seem to be reaching the end on this, because it's all being trumpeted as we've done it, we've beaten it, it's the end, we can now blame all the protesters for not social distancing and everything. But we're nearly at the end now, we've reached it, it's a tremendous success, society can go back to where it was. Yeah, well, when it goes back to where it was, please remember one final and important thing. The billionaire elites, the employers that earn, where their CEO earns more than you do in a month, they earn that in an hour, yeah? Those people are not going to pay for COVID-19. Whether there is a world economic depression or not, it seems fairly likely that there will be. But if there is, that will mean that obviously billionaires will still be fine, yeah? But we'll be paying for that. So more of us will die through being cast into abject poverty, through ending up on the streets homelessness, through not having an NHS to treat even basic diseases. More of us will actually physically be turned out from the roof that is over our heads as the economy crashes. Of course, the rich untouched by this, yeah? I'm talking of hunkering down mentality. I love the latest one from Trump. He didn't actually go into the bunker because he was afraid. He went in to inspect it. Wasn't it very convenient that he just had to inspect it when all those crowds were gathering outside the White House? He had all those other times in which he could have inspected it, but he chose to inspect it then. Yeah? That's really quite convenient, that, isn't it, that he chose to inspect it. Remember, of course, folks, Cummings is like a puppet on a string. Cummings is the puppeteer, of course, and Boris is the puppet on the Cummings strings, okay? So remember, it's Cummings that's the controller, yeah? The ventriloquist dummy is Boris, and he's got Cummings' hand firmly shoved up his vent, and it's Cummings' hand that's moving the eyes and the head and the mouth, yeah? Cummings' hand is in there working Boris, and I expect actually talking to him through the earpiece. Take care, folks. Lock down. Stay safe. Please, don't trust your government. they would like to get you killed. Bye.